Hey guys, what's going on? So this is not my out of the theater review because I saw Jurassic World Rebirth yesterday. So I've had a day kind of to collect my thoughts. Didn't get a chance to make in this video till now. And as you guys know, if you've seen some of my other videos, I'm a massive Jurassic fan. Jurassic Park is my favorite film of all time. So of course, when a new entry comes out, I'm going to be right there to watch it. And I was excited to watch this one. So I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm hoping to get around to doing a proper spoiler review. We'll see. But I'll try and give you my thoughts today. Might be some spoilers. I'll try to keep them out of it for the most part. But I'm going to give you my overall thoughts. Straight up, I liked it. I enjoyed the film. I had low expectations going in, mainly because the Jurassic franchise has been, diminishing returns, both quality and financially, to be honest. Especially after Dominion, that kind of left a bad taste in our mouths. So coming to this one, I had very low expectations, but it was a new start, so willing to give it a chance. And I'm happy to say that it felt like a return, at least tonally, to like the first Jurassic Park, in the sense of just the way the flow of the film, kind of that less is more approach that Spielberg kind of pioneered with Jurassic Park and even with his other films like Jaws and all that. But Gareth Edwards, the director of this film, really takes that. He feels almost like an alumni of Spielberg, using that same approach. And we've seen that as well in his previous films like Godzilla 2014, where he really didn't just oversaturate us with too much of like the monster madness or dinosaurs everywhere. He really tries to build a moment and build intensity and not just bombard us with them all the time, which is kind of what was happening, at least in the last two Jurassic World films. This time he kind of peeled that back, scaled things back a bit more, just a straight up island adventure to try and they're trying to get these to get the DNA samples from 3 different dinosaurs that can help them make a medicine for heart disease that they can use around the world. So that's the main premise. And obviously the main character's got Jonathan Bailey playing Dr. Henry Loomis. He's like the expert, the paleontologist. Then you got Scarlett Johansson playing Zora Bennett, who is like a mercenary type thing. She's skilled in the field in military operations and all that sort of thing. And then you have Mahershala Ali, who's kind of the leader of the expedition with his boat crew and all of that. And he's just specializes in kind of getting people in and out of dangerous situations. They're the main 3, and you got a whole other cast around them. Some are good people, some are villains, as well as a subplot with the family who are adrift on the island and whose storyline kind of converges with the main group. My overall thoughts of the film is that it's kind of like the first act before they get to the island was probably my favorite part of the film, because it really kind of had the scenes that they have with the dinosaurs are very like almost Jaws-esque. Like they take place predominantly in the ocean with the mosasaur, and the way they built the intensity, not revealing the mosasaur too much, showing just little bits of it, like the waves and all that, or the top of its head and everything like that. And then when it starts chasing them on the bigger boat later on with the Spinosaurus, as their fins appearing in the water, not just bombarding us with them straight away. Eventually they do see them, they show up and they attack the boats, but just kind of easing us into that tension rather than just going straight into it. I thought it was nice, kind of brought back that old school feel of Jurassic, where it's not all about just the jump out of your seat moments. It's about the build up to them. And I felt this film did that really well. Another standout scene later on in the film is the T-Rex raft scene. Heard some complaints about that. You've seen it all in the trailers. If you've seen the trailers, you've pretty much seen the whole scene. And that's kind of one of my issues with this film, is that they revealed everything in the trailers. Like, I really wish I hadn't seen these trailers, because I really wonder what I would have thought, because I was literally just expecting each moment to come and knowing what was going to come, almost, because it just showed that they gave away everything in the trailers. Literally, I can't think of a single thing that happens in the movie that you couldn't figure out was going to happen from the trailers, or they or even showed it exactly in the trailer. So yeah, coming back to the raft scene with T-Rex, obviously they wanted that in there taken that out of the first novel, and they've placed it in this film. Great fun, great scene. Wish we saw more of the T-Rex. He's the logo, but they keep underusing him from these films for some reason. But great scene in itself, goes for whatever 5 or so minutes, and it's properly intense, and yeah, it's just like edge of your seat kind of stuff. And the film definitely has some standout moments with the Titanosaurs, the big long neck dinosaurs and all of that. I felt the ending, it's not a spoiler here, the ending is really predominantly about the mutant dinosaurs. There's not really any actual dinosaurs in the third act of the film. It's very much just about the mutants. That was my least favorite portion of the film. It's not so much the way that the story wraps up, but just the way that they got there and how it had to go through these mutants. You could have easily just got rid of this whole mutant storyline of this film, which really doesn't play a part in the film whatsoever, because it's only referenced in the very first scene as like a flashback where an incident occurs. But then It's not referenced again till the very end when they show up. They're not there as a threat throughout the whole film. It's all other dinosaurs that are the threats throughout the rest of the film. So it's just really pointless to have these mutants there. I don't understand the need. They feel like they always have to have a hybrid or a mutant or whatever in these Jurassic films now. We're getting sick of it to this point. It worked first time, maybe the second time, but after that, it's just get rid of it. Just go back to just dinosaur. We love dinosaurs. They can be terrifying and amazing and all of those things. We don't need other things thrown into the mix. And I think structurally the film has really good pacing throughout. I think, you know, the way that they get to the island, taking their time, but also building some tension, getting there. Then once they're finally there, the environment, the atmosphere was really great of the island. The way that you see them going through these really difficult terrains with the muddy water and like the hills and the vastness of the greenery and all that. It's just really, you get to really feel how difficult the situation they're in just the environment alone, forgetting the dinosaurs as well. But like, just to see that was really good and really made it feel atmospheric. So I like that a lot. What I will say is that one of the things that I was gladly surprised by is that they actually made an effort with character development in this film. They've kind of abandoned that in the Jurassic World films, the first three. Even though I love the first Jurassic World film, they really kind of tried. They made an effort here to actually give us some setups and payoffs for these mainly three main characters, and I thought they're not doing anything groundbreaking here with these characters, nothing amazing. It's just basic stuff. They each have stories, they each have past trauma, and each of those things they get to sort of pay off and kind of get redemption for to various degrees towards the end of the film. I think the best example of this was Mahershala Ali's character, Duncan Kincaid. You know, he has this backstory, I won't go into it, but then there's a payoff for that towards the end of the film, or at the very end of the film. So yeah, I think there's nice character beats throughout the film. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's just nice to see them making an effort rather than just having monster mayhem the whole time, which is kind of like where I felt like the Jurassic World films are going, as well as like kind of like what's happening with the Godzilla Kong films, where they've kind of just like abandoned any kind of interest in the human characters and it's just all about the monsters. It's nice to see a return to some sort of care for the human characters as well. So overall, my thoughts is I liked the film. I enjoyed it. I want to see it again to kind of confirm exactly what my overall thoughts are on it. But right now I'm happy with it, mainly because I had low expectations. I kind of am sitting on somewhere like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. So to me it's above average, and there's definitely issues in this film. Don't get me wrong. Like the first scene of this film, which is the flashback incident, has one of the dumbest moments in cinema. I won't say what happens, but basically there's a Snickers wrapper. That's all I'll say. When you see the movie, you know what I mean. One of the dumbest scenes I've ever seen in any film. And when that happened, I was like, oh no, is this setting the tone for the rest of the film? Gladly, no, it picked up to me right after that scene and got better and better and better, and kind of just gets better and better to the midpoint of the film. And then by the time it reaches that third act, it kind of starts to dip. Doesn't get terrible, but it just doesn't finish strongly in my opinion. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts, guys. I'm just putting them all out there as I'm kind of thinking about them as they come. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you've had a chance to see the film, what did you think of it? I'd love to hear them all. I'm going to try and do a proper breakdown review of this and give you my full thoughts. But yeah, happy to have a Jurassic Park film that I enjoyed, and I thought brought something slightly new to the table, or at least brought back an older feeling that we haven't really had since the original Jurassic Park film. So happy to see that. We'll try and give you my full breakdown later on. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.